flowers. And I can't think of a nicer time of year to land back in this beautiful country. So I have been in Greece and Italy for 3 weeks, and as beautiful as they are, there is nothing quite like home, obviously, as Dorothy famously said, but there's also nothing quite like late summer. And today just so happens to be the festival of Lammas. This is a word that comes from the Celtic tradition, and it's a sort of amalgamation of the words loaf, as in a loaf of bread, and mass, as in lots of people. So originally this would have been a festival of the first harvest. So we're getting to the time now where we can start to take all of the things that have been growing in nature and bringing them onto our table. We're thinking about black currants, blackberries, raspberries, of course wheat for bread, and apples in the orchard. So this celebration really is about reconnecting back to the earth. And while I've been sort of jet setting here, there and everywhere, it just feels like a really nice time to land back on the mat. So we're going to use Lammas as our inspiration for our practice today. So first and foremost, come to a comfortable seated position. Feel free to slide anything underneath your bum that lifts you, that makes you feel comfortable. And I've only just realised how my trousers basically completely blend into this mat. So I will try and make my leg movements as pronounced as possible. But just taking a moment, bringing one hand to your heart and the other hand to the earth beside you. Fingertips resting onto the carpet, the mat, the floor, wherever you are. Even if you're outside, letting those fingertips resting onto the earth. Just taking a breath in and out. So much of the time we land in a moment mentally, but we don't always land in a moment fully, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. And throughout the year, there are these poignant moments where we can truly land in the moment, celebrating the abundance, the beauty, the shifts and changes. And I call you to do that now. As we begin this new day, this new month, as we step into the late summer season, what brings you joy about this time of year? Is it being able to go out on a walk and pick blackberries from the hedgerows and snack on them as you wander? Is it seeing sunflowers in the fields turning with the sun? Is it the balmy evenings, though shorter than they were a month ago, still just as embracing and beautiful? I find this time of year I see the most sunrises and sunsets. There's something about this time of year that really aligns with my circadian rhythm. But just thinking about what brings you joy at this moment, at the start of August. And as you take a deep breath in, let your grounded hand and your heart hand raise up over your head and feel your palms coming together, that heart lightness, that earthy groundedness represented within your palms. Feeling that lift from that rooted base rising high through the fingertips. And then just take a moment to drop the thumbs to the back of your head or perhaps even your upper neck. Letting your head gently drop back and slide your palms open to interlace your fingers and open those elbows, heart and chest wide and high. Take 3 deep breaths up here, filling and fueling your respiratory system. The air at the moment, I looked when I landed back in the UK, I looked at my weather app, which tells me the air quality at the moment, and it said it was particularly high. That's always a nice feeling that when you take a deep breath, you are getting the best air possible. And then just letting the chin drop down to the chest as those elbows hug into the side of your face. Maybe find a little sway of the head rolling gently, elongating both sides of the neck. And as you inhale, lifting all the way back up to center, taking those hands up nice and high towards the sky. And we're going to twist towards the right. But as you do that, bend your elbows up into cactus. So twisted cactus. And really let that right arm swing behind you. Imagine, it's a weird one, imagine you're one of those old style Western saloon doors that's just sort of swung open. That's the feeling here. So opening the chest and feeling that. And as you hold this, really begin to feel this strength rising up through your central core and this twist happening through the spine. It's very active. And you might find with an exhale you can go that little bit further. And then use your inhale to kind of swing it back to center and go around to the other side. Again, saloon door kind of swinging open. And feeling that strong rise, that real rotation through the spine. And just feeling this real sense of perseverance. Inhaling to come all the way back to center, opening those arms nice and wide out to the side. Let's lean into that right palm. Nice big side body stretch. And just take your left hand and give your side body a bit of a pat. So you're going to start as high as you possibly can, kind of round to the very side of your chest, on your ribs, and work all the way down your side body. And then pat all the way back up. Maybe do that a couple of times. Oh, I sound hollow, but I promise I am full of cheese. You don't go to Greece and Italy without eating your body weight in feta and pecorino. Reaching that arm up to the sky. Inhale, coming back to center and just feeling that off-kilter sensation in your body. Feeling that growth, that lift, that lightness. And then switching to the other side, swaying all the way over, and then taking that top hand and start to pat all the way down the other side of the body. Again, start nice and high. Work your way down. And then come all the way back up. A couple more times, just patting. Awakening through those little crevices in the body. Wow. Don't sound as hollow this side. Maybe this is where all the cheese is. Reaching all the way up. Coming back to center, feeling that balance within the body. Reaching those palms up together. And then bringing the hands down to heart center. Take a breath. And feel that kind of bellows sensation, like your ribs really flare out and open. And relaxing, we're going to take the left foot out to the side and bend through that knee. So you look quite casual, quite relaxed. That's kind of how we want to feel at this time of year. If we go back even just a few hundred years, this would have been the time where collectively everyone would have just done a big sigh. All the hard work has been done. Now we can reap the rewards of all of the farming, all of the cultivating. So as you're sat in this relatively comfortable position, really breathe length up through the spine, palms into heart center. I'm going to reach and lift the hands up to the sky and then sweep that left hand to the inside of your left leg. I also like to place my palm on the top of the foot. And you're going to take that deep breath in, really push the arm and the leg in together on this left side and open that right arm all the way back to sweep it down and then bring it forwards and across. So feeling that full movement range of the shoulder, opening the chest, twisting through the back, even getting down into those hips. And then take an inhale. As you lift back through to center, see how this feels. You can stay here, or you can rock up and perch onto your right heel, so it's underneath you. So you just found this little whoop lift. We're going to bring the hands together, interlace the palms, index fingers reaching up, and sweep those hands up towards the sky. We're going to do the same sort of thing, circling, but this time through the body as well. So circling the hands across, down, round to the other side, and then up. And I find going towards the leg slightly easier first than away from it. Reaching all the way up through to center, bend through that left arm and just hold your head in your hand and extend all the way down through that right arm. So you get this long stretch all the way down the side of your neck, the top of your shoulder and into your arm. You can flex through this hand, you can point it, whatever feels good. And it's a little bit like we're gently grinding away any of the superfluousness, separating the wheat from the chaff, finding clarity within the body. And take a deep breath in as you lift back through to center. Use your fingertips to help your bum gently rock back and down, and then swap your legs around. So bring that left foot in and plant that right foot down. Taking a deep breath in, hands lifting nice and high. Sorry, actually do it, Lauren. And then reaching that right hand to the inside of the right leg again. I place my palm on the top of my foot. You can circle that arm back and down to then bring it forwards, across and up. Again, that full movement range of the shoulder, bringing ease, lightness and spaciousness into the body. And then using your inhale to come through and up to center. We're going to rock forwards and up onto that foot. So we're kind of perched in this levitated position. Interlace your 3 back fingers and thumbs, index pointing up and out, reaching those arms to the sky. Again, we're going to circle here. So reaching across towards the lifted leg, and then away, which I do find harder. So do go a little bit more gentle, don't push it too far. Really thinking of this movement like a movement massage. And then coming back to center, let those arms drop. Right hand holds the head, left hand extends down towards that left leg, and you're welcome to flex, to point through that palm, but really focusing in on the side of the neck, the top of the shoulder and into the arm. And really feeling that growing sense of inner clarity and connection. Distilling and discerning what you truly wish this time of the year, this time of your life to be. A wonderful time to think about that. As we do that in nature, we can begin to do that for ourselves. Then coming back to center, gently use your hands to ease the plop of the sit bones back, and then take both feet forwards. Now you want the feet to be wider than your shoulders. You're then going to lean back into your hands and find a rock from side to side. So knees swaying, and get down into those hips. If you're still sat on something like I am, you might want to slide it back, because we tend to slide forwards ever so slightly when we do this. So you end up sliding off it anyway. And then coming all the way back to center with the legs. We're going to sweep the feet round to the same side. Come up into tabletop position. So you know Surya Namaskar, sun salutations, that every part of Surya Namaskar has a purpose. So when we think about Surya Namaskar, of course, we're thinking about the sun, we're thinking about saluting the sun. But like the sun, we have a cycle that we move through. So in Surya Namaskar, we have the rising, the slow rising sun, which is like spring, that really long stretch from winter into spring. We start to awaken, we start to stretch and warm the body slowly. We then have the heat of the summer, which comes swiftly after, which is that pressing into down dog, plank, and lower to the earth to lift the heart. And that can be seen as this time of year that we've just sort of slowly moved and transitioned our way through. We then have our way back into our autumn, our reflection. We then start to feel that softness, and then we come back forwards, revisiting where we were. So we're going to go with that center section of the summer of the Surya Namaskar. So coming forwards through into tabletop, we're going to tuck the toes, float the knees up, and lift into downward facing dog. Now, of course, this is our first one, so move in any way that makes you feel more comfortable and connected. Remember the spine, not just the legs, head and shoulders. Keep those elbows nice and soft. And then we're going to take a deep breath in from here, coming forwards into plank. So building that warmth and that heat, feeling that strength and that grace. Then gently lower through the knees, lower the body, releasing down to the earth. Bow the head, bow to the sun, bow to the earth and all it brings you. Sweeping those forearms forwards, come up into your Sphinx pose. Let that heart lift, reap what you sow, and shine it forwards into the world, sharing it with everyone. And then coming back, we'll bring the hands in under the shoulders, just editing this ever so slightly. A ripple up and back into child's pose, bowing through that forehead. So that's all we're going to do, just that very middle section, that summer section of the Surya Namaskar. Just finding that connection, finding that softness with that strength underneath. Rising up. Tuck the toes to lift into your downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, come forwards to plank. Inhale, hold up here. Exhale to lower. Inhale, maybe lift to a mini cobra. Just keep it small. And lower. Rippling up and back. Child's pose. Keep those knees and feet parallel here today. I know it'll feel a little strange not having as much space for the body to dip in between the knees, but for flow's sake, we will find it easier to just go up into our downward facing dog. Rising to tuck, lift, downward facing dog. Inhale. Flow forwards to plank as you exhale. Hold with the inhale. Lower. Rising, cobra, can lift a little higher. and down. Lifting, rippling back into child's pose. Full breath here. Rising to tuck and lift, down dog, inhale. Exhale, plank. Hold and lower. Inhale, lift the heart. And lower. Tuck, back. Let's go to down dog this time. Holding here, feeling that warmth. Inhale. Exhale, forwards to plank. Inhale, hold. And lower. Rise, lift the heart. Lower. Again, back to down dog. One more breath here. Last flow. Inhale to plank. Hold. Lower. Inhale, lift the heart. Lower. Back to child's pose. And this time, big toes together, knees wide, so you can fully bow. Maybe let that head sway from side to side. And then take a deep breath in as you bring those hands all the way in. Sweep your feet round to the same side. Come back into a comfortable seat of your choice. As ever, cushion under bum if needed. Finding that comfortable seat where your spine can be long, your shoulders can be soft. Coming back to where we started. One hand to the heart, the other hand to the earth beside you. And we're just going to close with a very short meditation. And just really bringing to the forefront of the mind this year so far. We've done over half of it. And we've done a lot. I am sure that there are things that you have poured so much time and effort into. And those things are worth revisiting, they're worth celebrating, they're worth commemorating, even if that is just in meditation. And just journeying your mind back over the last 7 months. Thinking of the things that you have succeeded in, thinking of the things you didn't succeed in. Without getting stuck on those, just going, okay, that didn't work, and that's okay. Crops fail sometimes, but it doesn't mean that the entire year is a write-off. And just taking a moment to see your achievements, your hurdles, your stumbles, maybe even your failings. And just choosing to see them as crops. Often when a crop fails, we've learned why. So then the next year when we come to plant it, whether that's the same crop or something similar, we have added wisdom to bring to that scenario. So perhaps a crop of yours did fail this year, but next year, will you plant it again with added wisdom? Or will you be able to take what you learned from that crop and bring it to something else entirely? Right now, you sit at the point of the year where you can begin to review. But you can also bask. Bask in the beauty of what you've created. Bask in the wonder. Bask in your successes and share them with your loved ones, while also celebrating their successes in return. Once again, take a deep breath in as each palm separates from the earth in your heart. Let them circle together and feel that combination of groundedness and lightness of heart. Bring the two together at heart center, bowing to the earth that supports you and the heart that sustains you. Like all good crops, they need sunlight and water. We need many things, the earth and our beating heart, just two of them. Bowing to these entities that hold and support us, and choosing to let them lead at this time of the year. Feel embraced and held by the earth and uplifted by your heart. I'm going to close our practice with an Om, the sound of Om being that fullness of a cycle, which we are of course only part way through, but we've had so much already and so much more to look forward to. Om Shanti. Thank you very much. And if you want a little bit of bonus mythology for this time of year, eat an apple. Always eat an apple around the beginning of August, when we can start to pick them from the trees, because they're connected with the Norse goddess Idun, I-D-U-N. And she was the goddess of apples. I know, right? There is a goddess of apples. Anyway, she was the goddess of the immortal apple orchard. So it's said that if you eat an apple at this time of year from the first harvest, they've come from her immortal orchard. So they will make you even healthier, even happier, even more youthful and beautiful. And that's where we actually get the phrase, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, from Idun and her Norse mythological apple orchard, to the first harvest of the apples, then to health and apples being linked together. So eat an apple. There's your homework.